What's up, Jarrell? So we back on live segment number 2 with my best friend, Trez.
With the best friend.
So we're going to go ahead and answer these couple of questions. We're going to give it to you raw and unfiltered this evening.
Scoot over.
Dang, best
Dang,
friend.
you fat.
And I just had to get the limelight a little bit.
Clearly.
But it's whatever, though.
Mm-hmm.
But we got a little wine together. We're going to answer these questions. And we're going to give it to you, like I said, raw and unfiltered. So here we go. So, best friend, I'm going to let you start it off tonight. So, your opinion on men judging women for having casual sex. How do you feel about that?
I feel like men shouldn't judge because we have casual sex sometimes.
But I don't think we have casual sex, though. We be hoes.
I can't speak for every man. I really can't.
I can.
I mean, but what's your definition of casual sex?
I think my definition of casual sex, I have to say, is I would think of it just like a fling-ish.
Mm-hmm.
It could be in the middle of like friends with benefits, or you know, you just getting to know somebody and you just think they're physically attractive, so you just have sex every now and then.
Well, I guess because like when women do it, they label as hoes quicker than a dude.
And I hate that. I hate that double standard type shit. I don't like double standard. Because how can we just have sex and we be pimps and shit and rah, you know, dapped up, but a girl gonna have sex with many multiple niggas? Oh, you a slut, you a hoe, you a thot. And I think that's not fair, because if I was a bitch, I'd be a bad bitch. If you got a nice dick, bitch, I'm gonna take it out.
I mean, to avoid all that, just don't tell your business.
Yeah, I think women are just not secretive enough.
Nah, I mean, they do talk amongst their girls. And that's another thing, too. When they talk amongst their girls, then they get to thinking like, I wonder what you got.
True.
Because you know you can't bring your dudes around no girls. Or dudes.
That situation where I can't bring nobody around anymore.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
Oh.
You know, I'm not included in that.
Huh.
You
are.
Go
All right. So I'm going to go ahead and start off the next question is, athletes should get paid, or college athletes, should they get paid or not? Why or why not? I personally think no. And the reason why I don't think they should get paid, because yes, you good on the court, but you need to be focused on your education. You're not professional yet. Like, no one scouted you. No team or no coaches had came to you personally like, hey, I want you to join my team professionally. So I personally don't feel like that they should get paid. However, being that they are kind of, I won't say on the same level as an NBA player or an NFL or NLB player, they kind of get the same low-key recognition because they're on ESPN, they're on all these news stations,
Right.
They're getting all these interviews. So I should take my opinion back. I actually feel like they're in the middle. I think they should get paid for the publicity that they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
But as far as getting paid on a professional level as a regular player in that professional field, I don't think until they get signed that they should get paid professionally. What do you think?
I can agree and disagree. The only reason why I say that, I think after a certain amount of years that you've actually like played basketball, then I think that you should get paid for it. Not the same salary as a regular professional, absolutely not. You're not that good. The way that they're being sponsored is just like the professionals, but ain't no different than you finding somebody on the street and then putting them in a commercial.
Exactly.
If you got the face for it, then you're going to be able to do it. Most of those athletes got scholarships anyway.
Right.
So I don't see a big point in giving them like big money, but I feel like after a certain amount of time, that's just like if you in the military and you serving, you know,
You do
eventually you doing your duty. You might get a raise, you might be able to, you know, get out, whatever. But after a certain amount of time, I feel like you should get paid for it. But not right off gate.
Yeah, no.
Nah, not right off gate.
What
That's
if
what
you
a
get-
scholarship is for.
Exactly, because what if you're getting all this money and then you like that, like a regular athlete or a professional athlete, they sprain their ankle.
Mm-hmm.
Now you got all this money, and then it's like, I would invested in you, and now what?
Well, I would just put it as scholarship money.
Right.
If anything, like instead of getting paid, shoot, throw it towards my education.
Exactly, because not all athletes has education to fall back on. No shade, but just saying, some do. But hey, that's either here nor there. Now this next question, I got the drinks to this one because I have a couple of things to say. But how do you feel with white artists doing hip hop and R&B? Do you feel as though they're culture vultures and trying to steal the black audience from what we already have?
Well, my own definition of cultural vulture. It's kind of like you getting in where you fit in, um, trying to take advantage of not just the culture, but just you trying to get a image. And sometimes when it comes down to white artists, you can get a fake image or you can get like the real image. A perfect example, Eminem. You know, I don't feel like he's a cultural vulture simply because he has the talent in order to, stand on his own. And just like if he was to do like a freestyle and whatnot, or a battle against somebody, like he legit has what it takes in order to stand on his own against another dude or a black artist. Now, let's use another example. What's her name? Iggy Azalea.
Oh Lord, that
To me, she's more like a cultural vulture simply because there really wasn't a white female rapper, especially around that time where like Nicki Minaj was, popping. She still may be popping. I'm not that much of a Nicki fan.
Not at all.
I'm a Remy fan. However, Iggy was trying to take advantage of that spotlight, and I don't know, man. It's crazy because not a lot of artists are artists.
They really not nowadays. Me personally, I don't think that they're culture vultures because that's like, I'm gonna use Beyonce for an example. Like Beyonce did a country song, so she went over to the white crowd. Not a lot of white people agreed with it, but hey, money is money, and if you talking money, now if I can make a cute country hit and I can persuade some white people, then I'm gonna persuade some white people. That's just how I feel. And like Lil Dicky, like with Freaky Friday with Chris Brown.
Right.
He got mad skills, mad bars to be a white. I wouldn't know he was a white person till I heard Lil Dicky.
But that's what I'm saying. If you got bars, you got bars. Like, I ain't gonna knock that.
Like regardless of race, I don't see it as a culture vulture. I just see it as, I get where they're kind of coming from because as a black entertainer, we don't get a lot of recognition that we supposed to. That's with acting, that's with fashion, that's with a lot of things in America that we don't get recognized for that we should. So I could see a sense of what they're saying that white people trying to take over everything, which I get it. Like, let us have something.
Yeah, well, exactly what I was
But
going to say.
again, like, money speaks. So
Yeah.
if I'm a white boy and I can sing a little R&B and I got that voice, then give me this money, I'm
from a money
take it.
aspect. But
But
if you got the talent for it,
you got the talent,
then I ain't
would
knocking
do
you.
it.
But if you don't, and you just a commercial artist, then like I said, you trying to take advantage of the culture, in a sense. Like you have some people that are attracted to either a white girl with a black booty or a white dude that's like a thug.
It's all what you like, and what you like. John B. Like, I didn't know that was a white dude singing that black song. I used to be jamming in the darn car. Like,
Yeah, but you don't see him dressing as a thug singing R&B though. You see what I'm saying? Like, you can be you, but it's some artists that don't be themselves but try to portray other artists
with the label.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, to me, I can see where the whole cultural vulture thing comes into play.
Like, just like you said, just be yourself. Like, don't let the industry take over who you naturally are. And like, hopefully, once I make it into the entertainment business, like that won't ever happen. But
just remember your best friend.
Yes, I'm gonna remember you.
Whatever. Next.
Next question. So, this has been a dying heart question on my heart because I don't believe like this particular topic really gets the recognition, that it should. Because when people talk about it, it's one of those like it either goes way to the left or it goes way to the right. And I guess people don't do the reading, they don't get knowledge on it, they just really speak on what they seen, what they heard, and not actually doing or taking the time to really be knowledgeable about the topic. And with this question, I really want you to, because I know you're a little smart man, real smart. You help me sometimes. I want you to really get into it because I know we had this topic, this discussion plenty of times. But in the black community, people look at homosexuality as you're not masculine, or they take all the masculinity away, or when you tell your family member that you're gay, they just literally brush it under the rug. It's not spoken of, it's not heard of, they don't care. But once it's brought to the limelight, it's like, oh my god, he's and it's like just ruckus in the kingdom, as Mama D would say.
Stupid.
So, but let it be a Caucasian though. I'm not knocking that not all Caucasian families don't do the same thing. But you see a lot of Caucasian famous people or famous gay couples that go on for many, many years, but let it be African American. Hell, we can't even last a week.
True.
So my question is, why is it so hard for the black community to be accepting of homosexuals than it would in a Caucasian realm? But they always want recognition, or they always want someone to feel sorry for them, or with their support on their terms. But when it comes to homosexuals, it's like, I don't care. Oh well, it is what it is.
My opinion, well, I wouldn't even say it's opinion. Being a black gay man, from what I experienced, why it's so difficult, you have a lot of black men or women that are raised in the church. Church plays a factor in that. Also, around the time that, back then where they were dealing with segregation and stuff like that, like, that was the least of their concern at the time, I think history plays a part in it as well. You have older individuals that are not comfortable with just letting the past be the past, and they're not comfortable with change. And so when you instill that on your kids, or just in general, if you give them that perspective that, being gay is bad, or especially like I said in the church, they don't condone it and whatnot. So I don't know, it really what plays a factor is how you were brought up, versus the white community. It's a culture shock. Like, I know that some white families that I've known, like, they just want to be there for their kids. You have most white families that the mom and the dad are in the picture. Most black families, it's just either the mom, single mom, or a single dad, So, like I said, it really depends on family too. My mom, for example, she's a single mom, and then she got married and stuff like that. Like, having to tell her, like I said, being brought up in the church and stuff like that, it was difficult, very difficult. But I don't understand why black people can't be so accepting of being gay, simply because being gay isn't new.
Right.
It's accepting in the white community because, shoot, if anything, they celebrate that thing.
Exactly. Like, it's just really weird to me, because it's like, I feel as though that the Bible was instilled on us, and they wanted us so separated, but they can live glorious, and it's okay. Like, I don't understand, like, how we as the black community can be so judgmental and so against everything, want us to just be by the Bible, be by the books, but the Caucasian side can just be all happy-go-lucky. I'm not saying that it's all picture perfect, because it's probably not.
Yeah.
But from the outside looking in, it's like, they can be gay and it's fine.
Right.
It's all rainbows and glitter.
Right.
But let us be gay, it's all torment and sorrow and, oh, woe's me. And I just think it's really unfair, because you have a lot of friends, you have a lot of friends or individuals that are really, talented, but they're really scared, because it's like, if they tell their mom that they're gay or bisexual, it's just shun and shock you and shut you out. And I just think that's so unfair on the black community, because we hurt on ourselves and we hate on ourselves so much.
Already.
But you want sympathy, you want guilt from everybody else. But you can't fix home.
Exactly.
Which is weird. So It's like they need to work on home first before they try to offer or ask for any assistance, and you can't fix your own community.
Yeah, true.
Which really, really sucks.
It's a lot of African Americans that are very opinionated, and sometimes we live in a sensitive time now.
We do.
You know, it's crazy. It's just a simple fact that like we're going backwards when we need to move forward.
Exactly.
And we don't know how to do that. Apparently, it's easier for another race to get the job done or can work together and all this other stuff versus there's a group of straight men and there's that one gay guy or one gay black guy, and then next thing you know it's awkward, or it's one of those things where dang, I wonder if he's looking at me, I wonder if he's attracted to me, and it ain't even always like that.
Hating that, like all these straight
it's not even always like that.
They be like,
I came here for work. I didn't come here to use my eyes to work on whatever it is that you got going on.
Exactly. I'm just like, ugh, like just because you straight don't mean I want you. Is your credit score a 720?
You stupid.
Like, do you have a 401k and pension plan? Like, that is another thing. Like, I hate when straight men just be like, oh, just because you're gay, you want me. Gil, no, we got standards, and you probably not that cute.
You stupid.
And you look dusty. So,
I mean, if you get complimented by a gay man, I feel like you should just own that shit, because because that right there, that should boost your ego.
Exactly. Like,
a girl wants you and a dude.
Like, you should be very thankful.
Yeah, I mean, you should be confident and not insecure about your sexuality. If you straight, you straight.
And then if you're insecure, baby, then that's something you need to check on with you and Jesus.
Yeah.
And because we don't got time for that.
At all.
At all.
At all.
But, best friend, I enjoyed our tea time with these questions.
You already know.
Until next time, we'll talk to you later.
All right.